Oh. Huh, what is this bowl doing here? What's inside? So right here I have a little cutting board, but you guys can use anything for this. This is just to weigh down the cup. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick the cup to this cutting board, just like it is right here. And for that, I'll be using some tape. So a couple of strips should hold the cup onto the little cutting board, like so. Okay, that works, guys. Next, what we're gonna do is we're gonna fill up this cup with some baking soda. So add as much as you can into that cup till it's completely full. Just like that. Wow, that's plenty. So let's level it. So it's flat on top, and then let's just wipe off the baking soda that fell on the cutting board. All right, so far so good. So next, guys, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the styrofoam bowl, we're gonna place it over the cup. So place it on top like so, and then we're gonna flip over the cutting board. So now the cutting board will be on top and the bowl will be on the bottom, right side up. So let's do that. It's so simple, anybody can do this, even a baby, I'm sure. See? Look. And what I like about this cutting board is that it gives me enough space on the sides to pour in some vinegar. So we're gonna fill up the bowl with vinegar. And just to be mean, guys, I'm gonna throw in a few drops of food coloring inside the bowl. Just like this. All right, that works. Now let's fill it up with some vinegar. Since I have this big old gallon, I'm just gonna pour some into this cup, and then from the cup, start pouring it into the bowl. It's just much easier. If you guys have the smaller containers, even better, but I chose to go big for this. So while pushing down on the cutting board, guys, or whatever object you use to put on top of the cup, then you start pouring the vinegar inside. So now the prank is set, guys. Leave this anywhere on the counter, table, anywhere in the kitchen, and somebody's gonna spot that. And as you guys can see on the side, you can tell that there's some kind of red liquid on there. They're gonna be so curious to find out what it is that they're gonna pick up the cutting board, and when they do that, they'll also be lifting up the cup, and it will release the baking soda onto the vinegar, and it'll create that big mess we all love. So let me show you a little demonstration. Huh, what is this bowl doing here? What's inside? That's what happens, guys. Instant results. The chemical effects happen right away, and you get a big old spill like the one you just saw. It's not fun, and that person that did that will have to clean it up, which sadly it happens to be me. All right, let's open this up, guys. And here we're gonna be focusing on the door. So find a shelf on there. That's where we're gonna be setting up our prank. And I'm really glad I'm giving this soda can another chance because it was a big failure in my last video. Anyway, the soda is just gonna be right here, and it'll be the last can, so it'll definitely be in high demand. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure that this can pops. Yeah, that's a mean prank. But yeah, guys, how we're gonna do this is we're gonna take a bunch of push pins like these, and we're gonna glue them inside the shelf. So we're gonna be using hot glue for this, guys, and hot glue comes off, but if you don't feel safe and you don't want to damage property because it might not be your fridge, then first lay some tape over the area where you're gonna be gluing the push pins. That way you can easily peel off the push pins later. So the push pins are gonna be surrounding the soda, guys, and when your victim opens it, the force is gonna cause one of the push pins to puncture into the can and causing that mess. So first, let me fast forward to me hot gluing every single one of these push pins. All right, this is very simple stuff. Just like that, guys, and I'm gonna apply a bunch of them on each side. So one of them has to puncture this Coke can. All right, at this point, the push pins have dried up, and the last step is to put the soda in there, but not before. You guys shake it up. So do this right before you know somebody's gonna go get the soda. So shake it up, guys, and just leave it on the center. And slowly, slowly close your fridge. So now when somebody does open this fridge casually, they're gonna pull hard, right? Because that's how usually fridge doors are. They're hard to open sometimes. So let me show you an example of what could happen. So close it. And the prank is set. And for this demonstration, I'll be playing the victim. Here goes, guys. I'm gonna open up this door. Whoa! Oh, that poor soda. So what happened? Let me see. Where did? There's a puncture. 2 punctures. How did that happen? All right. So I guess this was the one that did it. But oh man. Hey, at least it's still good, guys. Hey, you basically opened the soda for them because this has plenty of soda still. So they can definitely enjoy it. Whoa, what are you doing? Uh-oh. Okay, I'm gonna stop shaking this soda because it's making a huge mess. Alright guys, so I just pulled out the carton of eggs from the fridge. Because for our following pranks, we're gonna be using eggs. Now remember guys, eggs can get messy once they crack. So, if you don't want to deal with egg mess, do not attempt to do the following 2 pranks. You're going to need a rubber band. And, okay, so I won't need the scissors anymore. So you're going to need to cut a rubber band and you're going to need an egg. So an egg and a rubber band. Now go get some hot glue because you're going to stick one end of the rubber band to the counter or table and the other end to the egg. But since I don't want to damage my counter, a piece of tape will do. If it looks invisible, even better. So now glue down the piece of rubber band. Alright, let's let that dry. The other end of the rubber band we're going to be sticking to the egg. Oh wow, this hot glue might actually cook the egg. It's pretty hot. We're going to let this dry and pretty much the prank is set. And as you guys can see right here, the egg has already dried up, guys. So the egg is attached to the counter, so it's not going anywhere. Now we're gonna try to keep the rubber band underneath the egg, and we're gonna try to use the egg to actually cover the glue. But as you guys can see right here, it's not big enough. So try to leave another egg right there, blocking your victim's view of the glue and the rubber band. So from our point of view, we can clearly see it. But from the other side, which I'm gonna show you right now, you can't see it. See guys, I can't see the rubber band or the glue. So whoever walks through the kitchen and sees the eggs on the counter, they're gonna pick them up. They're gonna grab them and put them away because they might roll down the counter and crack on the floor. So they wanna avoid that. They're gonna grab the eggs, and when they do that, this is what's gonna happen. Hey, these don't belong here. Oh, oh, the rubber band effect. It pulled it back and boom. So before we begin booby trapping this water bottle, I want you guys to look at it. And as you guys can see right here, it's a normal cheap water bottle. Yes, the plastic is cheap. It's got a little label of great value. And also I like the cap because it's flat. And the cap needs to be flat. For example, this Pepsi one is not flat. It's a little bit domed on top. And we can't have that. This cap needs to be flat. So this one is perfect for this. Now, the water bottle doesn't necessarily have to be filled completely. For example, here it's filled up 2/3, and that's fine with me. Now, I don't like plain water, not for pranks. I like it to be messy, and I like to add color to my pranks. And you guys know I love using Kool-Aid on my pranks, so that's what I'm gonna do. But, unfortunately, I don't have Kool-Aid. I do have this imitation Kool-Aid from Crush. So, that's all it takes, guys. Just add a little bit of powder. Sometimes I would use food coloring, but I hate food coloring because to clean it up is really, really hard. So I'm gonna use Kool-Aid, or this powder right here. Alright, so yeah, instantly it turned red. So far so good. Let's put the water bottle aside and work on the cap. You guys will need a blade for this, guys. So be careful when using a blade because they are sharp. Look at that. What we are going to do with this blade is cut out a big square from the cap. So for example, you guys can outline it. It doesn't have to be a square. It can be any shape that you guys want. But I'm going for a square. So basically all of this I will be cutting off. Again guys, be super careful when doing this. And since it's a cheap water bottle, it has a cheap cap and it cuts really easily. Not the best of cuts, but I still managed to get a big old chunk off of that bottle cap. Now we're gonna take this bottle cap and twist it back onto the bottle. We're gonna add a little bit of grease around the cap on top. Now normally guys, I would not put the cap back on. I wouldn't even tamper with the cap. This is better because it'll throw off your victims, and you'll see why in a second. So now that you have grease on the cap, we're gonna take a glossy piece of paper that I got from a magazine, and I'm gonna place it on top of the bottle cap. I'm gonna let it sit, and then I'm gonna flip the water bottle over like so, and I'm gonna lay it down on the table. It's already made a little spill, but that's fine guys. Now we're gonna slide out the piece of glossy paper. And that's it. We just wipe off the little mess that it made, and the prank is set. Alright, so I thought about it guys, and I got another water bottle which I'm gonna flip upside down as well, because this will totally throw off whoever walks into the kitchen and sees the water bottles upside down. Now let's pretend that I'm the victim guys. I walk into the kitchen and I see these two water bottles upside down on the counter. There's not much I could think of, especially if I've never fallen for a prank before. So if I was to grab this one, well, nothing's wrong with this one. So no mess there. Now I go for this red one. I'll just casually grab it just like I did the other water bottle. And then this will happen. I'll spill. Now if they let it go for longer, the spill will get bigger. Or if they were to not even pay attention, it'll be an ongoing mess, guys, that nobody would want to clean up. Let's get started on making another mess. And for this next prank, guys, you're going to need a string balloon. These are the ones that are used to make balloon animals. So we're going to need one of these balloons, and we're going to fill it up with water because we're going to be making a fake Cinnabon. A fake cinnamon roll, whatever you guys want to call it, that's what we'll be making. So I just filled up mine with water, and it should look something like this, like a big old snake. Now I'm using a yellow color, but you guys can use any color. So I tied one end. Now the other end, I still have a lot more room to fill up with water, but I don't want to go too crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie this end and then just cut it off with some scissors. Pretty simple stuff, right? The tail is gone. So now we have more room to work with. Okay, so here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to get some tape and have it handy because we're going to roll the balloon into a circle. So it's going to look like a Cinnabon. So let's roll it up, and of course the tape is going to keep it in place. So have that tape handy. Maybe you might need somebody to help you out. Please make sure the balloon is not wet when you do this because it will not stick. Alright, use as much tape as you need to keep the balloon rolled up like a little coiled snake. I'm actually going to apply some tape on the center just to keep it in place, and then turn it over, and now we have ourselves a little cinnamon roll, cinnamon bun. Again, whatever, I don't know what you guys call it. I myself just call it a honey bun. So now it's time to decorate our little fake honey bun. Since I love my honey bun to have frosting on top, I'm gonna cover it, not just the top, but completely as much as I can. And good thing I got a yellow colored balloon, because if it was some other color, then people would get suspicious, but yellow, it could be yellow. So let's start spreading it. Do the best that you can, guys. Makes me want to go buy a real honey bun because this stuff smells really good and it looks delicious. And again, I'm gonna get my gloves dirty. Oh well. Alright, our honey bun is ready. Cinnabon, cinnamon roll, whatever you guys want to call it again, it's ready. So the way you play it off is you tell your victim, hey, I just got a honey bun and I want to split it with you. They'll think it's a nice gesture. Just tell them, hey, can you go get a knife and cut it? And when they come over with a knife and cut this honey bun in half, this is what's gonna happen. They'll be so excited. Wow, look at this roll of deliciousness. So they'll begin the cutting process. And that happens. I think my camera got wet. But yeah, guys, it's gonna pop instantly, especially if the knife is really sharp. But yeah, they'll get water all over themselves. And look at this mess right here that they'll have to clean up. It's a great prank. I highly recommend it. Try it out. It does not fail. They'll be wanting to show off that they're really strong, and then this will occur.
Whoa!